you recording actually now?
Yeah, I am recording now, but
That wasn't my intention. I meant to say you were a multifaceted virtuoso.
yeah, but you got to understand, Will knows this. I'm a scientist. I can only go by evidence. It's a set of data. It's a set of facts. Datum.
And if I say my intention was to say you're multifaceted virtuoso, you don't accept that I said that?
Also, I need to say this. I'm going to add to the conversation. And
If
but
Michael
bring it back
knows one
around.
thing, it's that I don't say things correctly with the right definition.
That's okay. I knew what you were going for. So the meaning was transferred, even if the right sounds weren't.
Right.
That's what language is.
It's like T9 texting.
Exactly.
But what Lauren does,
Can I ask you a real question and get a real answer? Well, I'm going to ask you a real question. You decide if you give me a real answer. You don't know this. I'm on pills.
just like Master Naki said, just do it.
I'm coming in with a joke, everybody. Lauren, I mean, really. I have to put it on the pod. Listen.
Can't we be...
Don't get distracted for a second. Didn't you see what I did for you?
But
I feel like...
first off...
I feel like what needed to happen happened.
I said that.
And you know what? You were completely right to feel
And
that
you know
way.
what? And then I said...
And I don't think he was being, like, conscientious enough about your feelings. I was, and I heard you. So, that's why...
And then when I said, like, why can't we all, be adults and live in a society where I could say, you know what, I was wrong. That's not what I meant to say.
You were thinking of Rosie the Riveter.
Yes.
Oprah?
What'd you say?
I have no idea. I got these on.
Oh, yeah. He has headphones on.
Let's see. You got going a little late, so maybe 25 minutes by now. It'll be interesting to hear. It'll be interesting to listen back and see what was on the mic, because Will and the person who was here before were trying to go.
I mean, you could do so much editing that it's like you don't know who it is. But I don't want to put that on you.
But I don't want to speak to her, and I'm obviously saying this in a funny way, but there is a lightness here, Lauren, when you listen back to this. Although I really haven't heard you sing, and I am sort of joking about it, there is sort of a breathiness to her voice.
Whitney Houston?
No, I'm saying opposite. I actually, if you're saying she can sing, I actually do believe you. But there is a lightness to her voice that seems like, oh, she either has this register or this shape of her throat that she has to go to actually sing like that, that I don't really understand. I believe.
You're saying she doesn't have you're skeptical of
It's the power. It's the
Jinx.
power.
I know. I get it. I was once a non-believer too.
I know. Dude, then I saw her face.
Shout out the guy whose name no one remembers from Smash Mouth.
Wait, what did I put in the last episode? I was proud of myself for that. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
The Shrek guy,
Shrek guy.
the margaritas guy, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
animal sex guy.
And sex.
And we didn't talk about that. It's just
Bob
like,
Barker?
yeah, it's just like, I mean, we didn't need to, but when we were busy saying R.I.P. to Bob Barker, it is sort of weird that he ended every episode of The Price is Right. Say, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets, because it's just a reminder that pets are effing a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
I tried to say that for her.
She came back down?
She just grabbed her Stanley.
Oh.
But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm, whatever age I am watching for the first time. And let's say I'm in junior high. What do you think's on my mind?
Mm-hmm.
The growing tatas of my classmates. And so all of a sudden I'm finding out things about life and how it works. And this guy is on one of the biggest shows on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ending, for some reason, every episode with the fact
For 50
animals,
years.
for 50 years, he is telling the people of America, animals have too much sex. We have to stop them.
I never thought of that.
It's all I think about.
I more thought of why is it called spay and neuter or spade, and like why'd they have to come up with like new terms for it or something like that. I didn't get the terms. Mostly spade. It's like other things.
I still don't know.
I don't know.
Neuter, I get.
Yeah.
Neutralize.
Yeah.
There it is, right in the word.
Yeah, but spade, it's also like
Pneumos.
it's also a tool. Like are they using a garden tool?
Chop, chop, chop.
What's going
dig,
on?
Dig, dig.
Yeah.
Scrape, scrape, scrape.
So
and which one gets which?
it's also
That was hard to keep track
one
of for a while.
the types of playing cards.
What does a seahorse get?
What?
Spayed or neutered?
Neither. It gets an abortion because it's holding the babies in its
Jeez.
pouch. That's the thing is like, oh, seahorses give birth. They don't. The female gives birth into the male's pouch and it holds them.
Oh, well, then we get into the old argument of what is giving birth. Have you seen the videos where they just shoot him out?
Yeah.
Where they're just like, whoo,
You see it like flexing. It's like squirted him out like a big zit. It's like if a female kangaroo gave birth into the male kangaroo's pouch. And it lived in there till it was able to come out and hop around.
Oh, now baby kangaroos, that's a weird one.
Yeah, same with pandas.
Ugh.
They're so small and unformed compared to their adult or compared to other species.
Now, I want to be respectful of Lauren because she was down here and I don't want to, I don't know. She went against the grain of her normal way of being and hopped on to record. Mm-hmm. So I do not want to overdo it by talking about her. Mm-hmm. But what I was saying was actually true, and I wasn't saying it just to be, fun. Obviously, I wasn't just saying it to be funny, but it is, like I was saying, it does seem so foreign to me that even something like Lauren saying, like, I want a deck, I'm going to build a deck. Mm-hmm. I mean, that feels like walking up Mount Everest, backwards or something to me.
In shorts.
It just feels like, it feels like so impressive to me, and all the little things, and her competitive, other people have like competitive. I guess maybe that's also what I'm saying too. It's just like some people have like competitive juices,
right?
But don't have that kind of drive in their life.
Right.
Maybe she'd want to be the best dog, collie, shower, blah, blah, blah. But the other parts of her life don't have that kind of motivation because it's really the competition part of life that really gets her juices going or whatever. Sorry to talk about her juices, but I don't have just like Jill, I don't have another term for juice. So, But it's not just that. It's the motivation to do that. And yeah, it seems like to her like, oh, we're driven by the same thing. You know, I don't want to do it. But actually, to go through the actual physical labor, you know, is you know, so much more.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot more of ideas of things I want to do than ones I actually act on. Crossing that line. Sorry, I don't have a lot to add. You know who does act on things that they want? The U-Scan lady. I was standing in the U-Scan line.
Yeah, it was a busy day. Did you add it to our notes again?
Yes. It says U-Scan lady beef.
And you weren't buying beef?
No. I was in line. It was a Saturday. We decided to all
Hold
go
on, let me
to
do an intro.
Fred Meyer.
Welcome to our 8-part series.
I don't even know her name. I should look at her name tag.
Oh my gosh.
Should get her name tag.
Hey, good on you for being respectful and not looking at her chest.
Exactly.
You're seeing her for the person she is.
Exactly. An aggressive, overbearing U-Scan manager. So I'm standing in the line. It's actually me, Lauren, and Isla standing in the line because it's a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
It's a Saturday. We're there.
This is what she could have commented on. Call her.
We need you back. We need you back. Oh, motion detected right now. Standing in the line, and I see it's not the usual overbearing U-Scan lady. It's another lady. I'm like, oh, this is nice. That other lady must have weekends off. Blah blah.
This is nice.
So I'm standing there and I see someone's light comes on. You know, the light flashes Bing. When they have some
alcohol,
sort of alcohol.
Scan something twice.
Yeah, any sort of issue where they need assistance, the light comes on, starts flashing. This is like the second the light comes on, aggressive U-Scan lady comes out of nowhere. I don't even know where she came from. Whispers to, like, says something. I couldn't hear. I was too far away. Says something to the lady that is observing the U-Scan area. It's like, I'm guessing it was along the lines of, like, you have some issue there.
Get over there.
Yeah, get over there. And I see
Sandra.
And I see the lady just like roll her eyes and shake her head and start walking over there. Because it was literally like the light turned green at the stoplight and someone honked instantly. That was like the timing of it. Like as soon as the light turned green, it's like,
okay. I literally saw somebody honk from spot 5 the other day. And I couldn't believe it. Spot 5.
Well, it's also been a trend on TikTok of as soon as the light turns green to honk.
I don't think this
especially if you're behind a student driver.
I don't think that's what this was.
Oh, okay. But yeah. But that was the vibe it gave off. The scene. Even though I couldn't hear the words. Like I saw the light flash. I look expecting to see her start walking that way. Instead I see aggressive U-Scan lady telling her to walk that way, even though she was about to. And then her rolling her eyes and shaking her head. And I almost went up to her and said, I feel you. I get it.
You and me, Sandra.
Yeah. So I'm not the only one out there that's having this issue. Me, the wine guy, the coworkers. This is a real thing.
Now, this is weird because what is it? On one hand,
I know you so badly want to be on her side, but it's just stacking up against her.
Well, again, I know this seems like such a small thing, but it seems like when it does get brought up, it tends to get brought up in a unique way, and there's a new twist on the situation.
Right.
And
I feel like every time I go back after we have these conversations, I'm like a fresh slate. Like, think about what you said.
legacy.
Legacy, giving her a chance, seeing the world through her eyes. And then something else happens.
And then tonight, we have your betrothed. Is betrothed pre or post?
I think it's
I know
pre.
I know it for sure is pre, but I don't know if it still counts for post. Betrothed, betrothed. But tonight we had a strong, independent woman.
person who is engaged.
Oh, is specifically engaged. Okay.
Or to whom one is engaged.
And tonight we had a strong, powerful woman here who sees what she wants, or, knows what she wants and sees it be accomplished, sees it through.
Yes.
And yet, we have another strong, powerful woman who is doing her job. Bing! Light goes off. They need to be helped.
Right.
What did she do? Light went off. She instructed the person they need to be helped. And she's doing it in an efficient, and
aggressive.
Potentially.
Yeah, I don't know what words were said because I was too far away.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know so bad what she said, and I really wanted to talk to the lady about her experiences with said aggressive U-scan lady.
Because on one hand, we're praising someone for doing, living accomplishing their goals to the utmost. And here, on the other hand, we are demeaning somebody for accomplishing her goals to the utmost.
However, it's not. It's how you're accomplishing them.
Okay.
I said before, she is doing some things correctly. It's great that she's attentive. It's great that she wants to help, but she's doing it in a very aggressive manner that comes across in a not pleasant way.
I know it's so hard to put my finger on because I'm not there. What it is,
if we're talking about accomplishing something, if you want to, accomplish building the pyramids, but you have a bunch of slaves do it for you, is that the best way of accomplishing it? Even though you did accomplish it?
Morally, or if efficacy?
Right. If someone needs to be helped at the U-scan with their 16 bottles of wine, can you just help them instead of berating them that they don't know the multi-item policy of the U-scan machine and how the programming works on the machine?
I know.
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe she can't.
She's autistic?
Yep. And now you're in the wrong because you are going against ADA policy, and you need to allow
autism covered in the ADA Act of 1982?
Accommodations. Good question.
I more want to know what year it was.
Is under Bill Clinton. What did you say?
82.
Oh, I bet it's 94.
90.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Under Bill Clinton, right? Is that 90? George Bush?
I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, George Sr.
Oh, interesting.
Here he is signing it next to two guys in wheelchairs. And a priest. A Jewish guy, a black guy in a wheelchair, and a priest.
Walk into a bar.
Roll into a bar. How dare you say walk?
I'm in the wrong.
Let's see. Autism covered in...
Well, is ADA just physical disabilities? It can't be. We have too many psychological disabilities now.
No, I think it is only physical.
What if you're scared of buildings and you want to go into a building? There's not a ramp you could build for that. How do they help you?
Autism is included on the list of impairments. So an individual with autism spectrum disorder has a record of autism spectrum disorder or is regarded as having autism spectrum disorder.
You could just be regarded as having?
Yeah. That's me. Will be protected from employment discrimination under Title I of the ADA.
We haven't been to a doctor, but he hasn't been to a doctor, but we pretty much regard him as having autism.
Yeah. It protects individuals with autism in public accommodations, employment, transportation, state and local government services, and telecommunications.
Dude, nice. Get that guy on a train, man.
You know what's not covered? Emotional support animals.
Time blindness.
And time blindness.
That one came up again.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? I felt like this was a great episode.
You'll have to send it over to be edited.
It was fine. That was half serious, half wine.
Yeah.
And it was funny. She knows she was being funny. It was funny.
I can only speak for myself.
But you never know. You know what? As Tammy feels sometimes when she talks to me, you never know what's going to be a trigger for someone. And need to be respectful.
What's a trigger for you?
What came up this week?
Trigger for me is anytime anyone says liquor, I say, I hardly know her. That's like a trigger in my brain. Anytime I hear the word liquor. Or anytime I hear the word just do it.
Tourette's.
I think of
Mr. Shiitake or whatever.
Master Naki. Just do it.